So today we are gonna finally react to some crazy. In today's video, I will react to some crazy and fun crochet patterns from the 20th century. Around almost 2 years ago now. I cannot believe it's been that long. I reacted to some weird and funky knit patterns from the 20th century. And as so many of you love that video, I had planned to make the crazy crochet version ever since. The problem was that I never found any crazy crochet from the 1980s and the 1990s. And I've been countless of times requesting on Instagram, in my community tab, in previous videos. I have been going to thrift stores, secondhand bookstores, and I've done some extremely deep Googling to find some patterns, and I come up with 0. The craziest I think I found was some granny square skirt from the 1990s. I don't think that's very crazy. Also, it's pretty trendy nowadays as well. Instead, you will get plenty from the 1970s. Hi, my name is Matilda and welcome back to Miss Matti. So like I did in my weird knit pattern video, I'm gonna today use the same rules. That means we will focus on women's wear and accessories. We will not look at any crazy crochet, homeware or things that are obvious costumes. I will focus on things you will actually wear, although that's sometimes questionable, as you will see. I will focus on a couple of patterns from each decade of the 20th century, with the exception, as I mentioned earlier, of the 1980s and the 1990s. Instead, you will get plenty from the 1970s. So let's react to some crazy crochet patterns. Let's check out the first pattern. I really cannot remember what I collected. Most of these patterns I looked at maybe last time 1.5 years ago, if not longer. So I'm very curious what I picked. Fascinator. I don't understand how that's a fascinator. Have I misunderstood the meaning of a fascinator? I always think it's fascinators are those little things you have at Ascot. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna actually Google this. Women's light decorative headpiece consisting of feathers, flowers, beads, etc. attached to a comb or hair clip. So we're starting off with a fluffy scarf fascinator thing. Well, it's probably not the wildest thing we're gonna see in this video, but for this decade I think this is the wackiest I could have found. A lot of the knitwear and crochet from this decade is pretty classic, nothing really weird and wacky, so I guess that's why this was the best candidate. A fluffy crochet shawl thing or fascinator. Vintage crochet hat scarf muff. Vintage crochet hat scarf muff pattern, 1910s frozen style bulky yarn. This crochet women's hat scarf and muff pattern from 1912 would be perfect for Princess Anna or Elsa from Frozen. They're trying here. The set is crocheted in white with black embroidery meant to look like ermine fur. So I think I picked this one because that muff, it doesn't look good. I mean, the scarf and the hat, it's pretty standard, bulky, crafty looking hat and scarf combo, but that muff is massive and it looks so flat, like you have a massive evening bag. Not a fan. I just want to point out something before we go further, that I have nothing against really weird and wacky crochet and knit. I might have said the same announcement in my weird knit video. I just want to put it out there because actually I do love weird and wacky things. I mean, I don't think this is the most basic outfit, but there is weird and wacky fun and beautiful, and weird and wacky like what is going on. Does that make sense? Ladies crocheted automobile hood. Okay, this is a bit of an innovative piece because I think this was around the time many people started to drive. So this was a very like modern, forward-thinking piece. It looks like there's some type of gold yarn, but I don't think it is gold. It says it's called partridge. It could be some type of what do you call it? Oh, what's it called? Oh my god. Some type of marble, tweed, two-colored yarn. And then I'm not fully sure, is that meant to be a flower? Or is that a heart or some type of ear muff thing? It's very weird. So let's move over to the 1920s. Here we do have a hat that looks like you exposed your brains. This is some sun hat, I guess, or sports hat they call it. It looks more like we are wearing a lampshade. This is actually the weirdest detail at all because I think the lampshade hat thing is not too bad, but what is going on here at the side? What is this little tassel thing? Or is it a tassel? I'm gonna read the description. An interesting feature of this chic little sports hat is that it is becoming and suitable for either a child or a grown-up girl. Wow. It is very smart indeed when worked up in the new Flossola special silk mixture. The entire hat is worked in one color and the crown is completed with an ornamental tassel, I was right, that nods gracefully over to the side. Gracefully? Well, it's all up for interpretation, isn't it? Peacat. Yeah, I do like the spider thing though, but I don't think the spider is crochet. It's an interesting look. Like I said when I made my weird knit video, a lot of times what's funny with these patterns, it's not always the pattern themselves, it's how they style it together with how the models are posing. I find this whole arrangement so funny. That type of hat, a spider, her hair, and that facial expression. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I found this hat very peculiar. But I do think, styled in the right way, maybe it could be something. Or am I completely mad? Oh wow, the Parisian. What's going on? Is this like a hat full of boobs? It's boobs, right? Or is it just me thinking this looks like boobs? I am so confused by this hat. Is it just crocheted cones together? Well, that's definitely crazy, wacky, and weird. This is a little vintage chic trio for smartness. So you get the beret, you get the little scarf, and you get the little belt. The belt actually I really like. I think it's actually pretty cute. What I don't like so much is the hat and scarf combo with the weird button things, and yeah. Not a fan. Ooh, crocheted calotte pattern with extra long pigtail. Well, I guess this is what they had. Well, I guess before hair extensions, this was the thing. Okay, what's this? Ooh, hats. I remember when I made my weird knit video that there was a lot of weird and wacky hats, and the crochet hats do not disappoint either. So what's going on here? I'm trying to see if I can look at these pictures a bit bigger. So one of them is like another pointy hat thing with a like a little tie on the side. That looks quite cute. But then we have this brim with a little crossover thing that has some holes in the middle so our hairstyle can come through. And then we have this pointy hat thing with some splotches of color in it. Not a fan of that one. Then we have this hat down here that looks like an upside down teacup. I think I'm saying no to all of these hats. And that's coming from someone who really likes the 1940s. The 1950s doesn't have that much either, but we have another crazy hat. Okay, so this is a crocheted hairnet with something that looks like I have just taken a skein of yarn, twisted it around and then pulled it around my head. No. Hairnet, that's fine. Twisted skein of yarn thing, no thanks. So is this different hats or are they all the same but you wear them in different ways? There seem to be 4 different designs. So I think hat number 1 here is not too bad. It's still a bit wacky and weird, but I think it's a good wacky and weird. Whereas this hat number 3 with a pointy thing, I don't know, it gives me circus tent vibes. And number 2 here, it really looks like a mop that you mop floors with. Hat number 4, this is quite cute, still a bit wacky, but in the good cute section. Shell covered with pom-poms. So have they crocheted these pom-poms? They look very dense, these pom-poms. So they made all of these and then crocheted into this top. I both hate and love it. Like, it's a really cool idea, but I'm not sure about the fit. Like, it's cuts off in the wrong space. I think it either needs to be almost like a dress or it needs to be a crop top. What do you think? Beach cover-up dress plus tote plus fun pom-poms, vintage crochet pattern, 1960s open mesh cover-up groovy dress. Oh my god, I love product descriptions. Overall, this is a really cute dress, especially when you look at it in the black and white photo. The tote is really nice, I think, but then you see this yellow and red color combo, and I'm generally not a massive fan of that color combo. The book that came with my knitting machine, that is from the 1970s, seemed to love this combination. I'm not a massive fan. It really gives me McDonald's chic vibes, and that's not really my thing. So let's get into our favorite decade of crazy crochet, also known as the 1970s. I did a discovery. I found this amazing blog full of the weirdest crochet, and the blog exists, but you need invite only now to see any of the patterns. I went on an emergency Google. I found some of the ones I remember from the site and some new wacky 1970s additions. I could make a whole video with even more 1970s wackiness, but to not make this video like an hour long, let's stick to a couple or more. Summer sizzlers in crochet. Kaftan with striped sleeves. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Like, the mesh knit on a beach seems like a really nice choice. The sleeves feel so out of place with this white mesh design. It seems like we just put 2 old secondhand blankets together and then call it a kaftan. Not a fan. Oh, hello. Crochet hooded shawl pattern. While I love crocheted flowers, this is something else. I actually think the hood idea is a quite cute idea to have in like a granny square Irish crochet. I think that's a very fun idea, but there is something really missing here to make it work. I think the blue poncho shawl part is too heavy compared to the floral crochet. Here we have a cedar 1970s pattern. I both love and hate this. I think there's a lot of fun potential. The one to the left reminded me of some old riding vests. and it has a really cool and nice fit to it at the front. But then the one to the right, which I think is how the pattern looks at the back, it just feels like you've stuck some type of tablecloth to the back. Vintage 70s crochet butterfly shawl. This is pretty classic standard 70s crochet, very like hippy dippy. It actually is a butterfly. Look there in the middle, that chunky little bit, that's supposed to be the butterfly's body, and this is supposed to be its wings. It's actually quite fun. It's totally hippy dippy, but I sort of like it. If done in the right colors with the right yarns, this could be absolutely gorgeous. Oh, here we have a vest and a hat. We have a sweatshirt, then we have this dress and this other dress over here. Yeah, where to even start commenting on this? This is just classic, again, 1970s wild, weird crochet. I do actually sort of like the sweatshirt to the right at the top. The rest just feels a little bit too much bad craft. Vintage crochet pattern rainbow striped overalls. Ooh, maxi skirt top set. All right, here we do have a full-on set. 2 sets. Yeah, crochet overalls. That is very 1970s and I sort of love it. But the piece I actually do really like here is the little crop crochet piece. The others feel, if I'm gonna be really honest, feel a bit heavy. A lot of knitted skirts and pants that I really like. They are more going to the lacy, meshy designs that often create a really nice drape. These designs feel a bit too heavy. Oh, here we come to some 1970s gold. Vintage 1970s retro women's rib ticklers. That's an interesting word. Rib ticklers. We have this granny square top, and then we have this thing that looks like some type of colorful wild spider web, and this lady here is wearing this floral design with green, yellow and red, which really gives me primary school classroom vibes. Then we have another spider web top. If we change this green to orange, we could call it a Halloween top. Then we have another floral top here. Actually, that floral design looks quite nice. I don't like the things that goes on around it, but I do think the flower is pretty cute. Oh, breastplates. They're not just only called rib ticklers, they're also known as breastplates. This design was definitely on that blog that I can no longer access. I found the breastplates so funny, and trust me, you will see crochet breastplates on TikTok very soon. Especially I think this combo here with the blonde chick here is the wildest. Like that whole model and the little neck piece here going down here. And then we have a little, yet again, some tablecloth thing placed over the breast, and then we need to put it on top of a little turtleneck without sleeves, because that's how we style it. I think the one that looks the best, even if it's not really my cup of tea, is the one that the brunette at the bottom here is wearing. Oh, and then we also call them this, insert slur, huggers. Don't use this term. Use the breastplate or rib tickler term instead, please, and thank you. Alright, I think that will have to be all of them for today. Let me know in a comment down below if you found any other crazy and fun crochet patterns. And until next time, bye!